All right, good morning. So we're going to give people just a moment to connect in. It's about 1 minute till 7. I always try to start right on time. So whether you're watching this now or later, one thing that you'll want for today's practice is, of course, an empty bladder, maybe a glass of water. We'll be doing some mantra repetition. If you would like, you can have a set of mala beads. If you don't have a set of mala beads, no worries. I'll keep track for us. So I'll begin with the topic on my mind first. This is what I was reading last night from Sri Aurobindo, Integral Yoga, and I thought it would be very appropriate for today. So this is a section of the book on bases of yoga. And this section is labeled quiet, calm, peace, and silence. The words peace, calm, quiet, silence have each their own shade of meaning, but it is not easy to define them. Quiet is a condition in which there is no restlessness or disturbance. Calm is a still, unmoved condition which no disturbance can affect. It is less negative condition than quiet, so it's considered more optimal than just quiet. Peace is still more of a positive condition. It carries with it a sense of settled and harmonious rest and deliverance. Silence is a state in which either there is no movement of mind or vital, or else a great stillness which no surface movement can pierce or alter. So the first step is a quiet mind. Silence is a further step, but quietude must be there. And by a quiet mind, I mean a mental consciousness within which sees thoughts arrive to it and move about, but does not itself feel that it is thinking or identifying itself with the thoughts or call them its own. Thoughts, mental movements may pass through. It is as if they appear to pass from elsewhere through a silent country. A quiet mind observes them, or does not care to observe them, but in either case does not become active or lose its quietude. Silence is more than quietude. It can be gained by banishing thought altogether from the inner mind, keeping it voiceless or quiet outside. But more easily it is established by a descent from above. One feels it coming down, entering and occupying or surrounding the personal consciousness, which then tends to merge itself in the vast impersonal silence. I'm going to read a little bit more, because I want us to think about these things while we do our meditation. We're really going to work on establishing that state of differentiating peace, calm, quiet, etc. Quietness is when the mind or vital is not troubled, restless, drawn about by, or crowded with thoughts and feelings. Especially when either is attached and looks at these as a surface movement, we would say that the mind or vital is quiet. Calmness is a more positive condition, not merely an absence of restlessness, overactivity, or trouble. When there is a clear or great or strong tranquility, which nothing troubles or can trouble, we say that calm is established. So there is a difference between a vacant mind and a calm mind. When the mind is vacant, there is no thought, no conception, no mental activity of any kind, except the essential perception of things without a formed idea. But in this calm mind, it is the substance of the mental being that is still. So still that nothing disturbs it. If thoughts or activities come, they do not arise at all of the mind, but they come from outside and cross the mind like a flight of birds across the sky in a windless air. It passes disturbing nothing, leaving no trace. Even if 1,000 images or the most violent events cross it, the calmness still remains, as if the very texture of the mind were a substance of eternal, indestructible peace. A mind that has achieved calmness can begin to act, even intensely and powerfully, but it will keep its fundamental stillness, originating nothing from itself but receiving from above and giving it a mental form without adding anything of its own, calmly, dispassionately, though with the joy of the truth and the happy power of light in its passage. So I always love reading these different passages so that we can take away from it what we understand. But in today's meditation, let's first start by contemplating, what are we reaching for? Peace? Calm? Quiet? So today we'll be reaching for peace, which is more than just being still. It's more than just being quiet. So what we're going to do is we'll go through some alternating activities. Okay. So we're going to go through basic abdominal breathing for 5 minutes. Then we'll alternate to a japa round of Om Shanti. Very easy mantra, just Om, and then Shanti means peace. So we're reaching towards peace. And then when we're done with that round, we'll go back to basic abdominal breathing. Now, if you know alternative nostril breathing, you can do that as well. So I want to go over just a couple little basics about the breathing technique. Okay. So I'm going to give you the option to go into alternate nostril in between the japa or basic abdominal breathing. So basic abdominal breathing, remember, if you've taken these classes before, when you inhale, you soften your belly so there's more room for the lungs to expand. And when you exhale, you draw the belly in gently. When you inhale, soften the belly so there's maximum space. You want the breath to be long, calm, without any type of controlling of it to the point where you have stress of the breath. Now, if both your nostrils are clear, go ahead and check. Then you can do alternate nostril breathing. I'm going to give you the choice. So alternate nostril breathing, if you've taken these different classes with me, you know you inhale through one side. And at the top of the inhale, you switch and exhale out. Inhale in, switch, exhale out. Okay? So you choose which breath technique you want. If they seem complicated or strange, then you just breathe slowly, deeply, deliciously. And then we'll alternate back and forth between the japa and the mantra. So let's go ahead and start by just finding ourselves in a comfortable seated position. a comfortable position that you can hold without any strain or difficulty. You can have a backrest if you want. And just begin by visualizing the rising sun all around you, as far as your eye can see, the sun shining down onto the top of your head, bringing with it that connection to the light, the source. We'll begin with a small prayer for connection. Om Bhurbhuva Suvaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Just let the calmness, the peacefulness start spreading down over your face. Check in with your body, make some adjustments if needed. Relax across the face, through the jaw. Let your mouth be open and soft in between the molars. Let your neck be relaxed. Let that peacefulness move down across your shoulders, through your arms, all the way into your torso, your chest, your belly, all the way down through your legs, down through your feet. Bring your hands to your heart center, palms touching, thumbs to your sternum. And bring that awareness of that light source at your heart center. And visualize your heart brilliant, full of light, full of the rays of the sun, radiating, filling the whole chest with a sense of connection and peacefulness. And with each breath, visualize that spreading, moving, penetrating through all the organs of your body, bringing with that a calmness, a connection. Visualize it moving through your lungs, your heart, your intestines, your liver. Let it bring a sense of peacefulness, undisturbable peacefulness, as if peacefulness was a substance that you radiate. Let that light from your heart center move into all the fluids of your body, all the liquids, all the way through your circulatory system, across all your mucous membranes, across your eyes, your tongue, all the way through the nervous system, washing over the brain, down the spinal column. And let that light source spread all the way around to your skin and all the way around you, surrounding you. And let's set our sankalpa, our intention, to cultivate this vibrational awareness, this substance, if we could say, of peace. Undisturbable peace in our practice today. And you can relax your hands, perhaps put them in chin mudra on your thighs, facing up. And come into an awareness of your breath. We'll begin by just allowing the in-breath to be smooth. And the exhale to be smooth. Really really take in that breath as if you're breathing in that quality of peace. Let the breath become undisturbable. What kind of pace of breath is peaceful for you? Let the belly soften when you inhale. Let the chest expand. And as you exhale, let the chest slowly lower and the belly draws in just a little bit. Let's really take some time to work on the breath, changing from any sympathetic nervous system responses to the parasympathetic nervous system. And on your next few breaths, just witness your breath. Instead of doing your breath as much, witness your breath. Witness the length of it. Without trying to overly control it. Witness the depth of the breath, the depth of the inhale and the exhale. And let your breath spontaneously adjust itself as you witness it. On your next few breaths, witness the sound, the length, and the sound duration when you breathe. Listen to that subtle inhale and exhale, like wind up on a mountain. Let the body soften even more. Let the mind only be focused on the breath, the sound, the feel, the length, the depth. If the mind wanders, just gently draw it back to the concepts of breath. For your next few breath cycles, instead of thinking that it's you doing the breathing, consider that it is your soul breathing into you, and allow that to come with this sense of deliciousness. Sense of peacefulness. a sense of union. Now we'll begin our first round of japa with the mantra Om Shanti, Om Shanti. And I'll count us off. So as we do these alternating breath cycles, mantra cycles, remember the sankalpa of developing this substance, this vibration, this embodiment of peace, which is undisturbable. And we'll begin. You can go at your own pace, your own volume. Om Shanti. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And now we'll move into our breathing practice for the next 5 minutes. You can choose basic abdominal or alternate nostril. I'll demonstrate alternate nostril and keep the time. Keeping that mantra silently in your mind. Om Shanti. Creating that substance, that vibration, that shield, that mountain of peace. Letting your breath be gentle and delicious and peaceful, stable and peaceful. letting the mind stay on the mantra silently, Om Shanti. Listening to the sound of the breath. Feeling the wave of the breath. Solidifying that peacefulness in the breath. Undisturbable. An unshakable presence of peace. Breathe at your own pace, your own comfort. Stop if needed. Let each breath pull down that source of light, that unshakable witness. The peacefulness from Sat Loka. Let the sense of peace be serene. Few more breath cycles. Keep all consciousness focused just on the perception, feeling, invitation of peace, undisturbable. Last breath in this cycle. Bring all of your attention back to silent, whispered, or out loud. Om Shanti. 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 And now go back into your breathing practice. One more cycle of breath practice. Choose either basic abdominal breathing or alternate nostril breathing. Take in your breath with that vibrational presence, that space creation of peace, Shanti. Let the breath be filled with that peacefulness. Listen to the sound of the breath. Go at your own pace, feeling the depth of the inhale. Enjoying the length of the exhale. Finding that undisturbed peace in the breath movement. Letting each breath fill you with the beauty of your soul's undisturbed peacefulness. The witness. that light of the soul that's always shining down, just waiting to be received, for you to shine it through and outward. Breathe in that stillness and peace. Pay no mind to distractions. Keep the mind centered and focused only on the process of the breath, not wandering about. Few more cycles of breath. Really take in that beauty of the breath. Focus less on the patterning of your breath. Just receive it. Like smelling a delicious flower. A beautiful fragrance. One more. And just let everything be silent for a few minutes. Just feel the sensations, the stillness, the peacefulness. Hold that. Be that. So as you sit, you can open or close your eyes. We come back to the message that I was reading. The words peace, calm, quiet, and silence all have their own shade of meaning. Quiet is the absence of restlessness or disturbance. Calm is an unmoved condition which no disturbance can affect. Peace, being even more, carries with it a sense of being settled and harmonious. So, peace is more positive than calm. There can be a negative calm, which is merely the absence of disturbance or trouble. But peace is always something positive, bringing not merely a release as calm does, but a certain happiness or Ananda of itself. There is also a positive calm, something that stands against all things that seek to trouble. In peace, there is, besides the sense of stillness, a harmony that gives a feeling of liberation and full satisfaction. When the peace is fully established everywhere in the being, these things or reactions of the lower vital will not be able to shake it. They may come first as ripples on the surface, then only as suggestions which one looks at and does not care to look at. But in either case, they don't get inside. They don't affect or disturb at all. It is difficult to explain this concept of peace, but it is something like a mountain at which one throws stones. If conscious all through the mountain, you may feel the touch of the stone, but the thing would be so slight and superficial that it would not be the least affected. And in the end, even that reaction disappears. So, I invite you all to cultivate that sense of peace. Not just quietness, not just stillness, but peace. If I could come and throw a pebble at you, how would you receive it? Let's bring our hands to our heart center. We'll end with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. And repeat after me if you wish. Peace from my body. Peace with my breath. Peace in my mind. And peace flowing to me and through me everywhere I go. I hope you all have a very peaceful day, no matter what happens, no matter how many stones are thrown. And I hope you have a peaceful week as well. Thank you for joining. We'll see you next